The name Ryan Reynolds seems to keep surfacing amidst the swirling chaos surrounding Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. A situation that many are watching with bated breath. Naturally, given that he's married to Blake Lively, it's inevitable that he's been pulled into the narrative in some form. But what's been unsettling for fans is the role he's playing in this unfolding drama. There's a palpable sense of unease surrounding the nature of his involvement in the movie It Ends With Us, and the more people hear, the more frustrated they seem to become. Rumors are buzzing, swirling around Ryan like a thick fog. And now, he finds himself deeply enmeshed in a controversy he never imagined. Alongside Blake, we'll dive into all of these whispers in just a moment. But before we do, I must make a little confession. I've been spending a bit too much time on my virtual farm lately. And no, I'm not talking about tending to crops in real life. I'm talking about my little farming escape in Heyday. Huge thanks to Heyday for sponsoring today's video. Heyday has completely taken over my free time. It's a delightful farming life simulator where you can cultivate your own pastoral paradise. And I can't get enough of it. I mean, who knew that harvesting crops, baking pies, and playing the role of an amateur baker on a farm could be so addictive? It's like being on my own personal version of the Great British Bake Off. Only much more relaxed. It's the perfect way to unwind, whether I'm lounging on my couch or lying in bed after a long day. It offers a sweet escape from whatever stresses I may be dealing with in real life. Plus, it's the ideal game for anyone who loves to relax and doesn't want anything overly complicated. You can trade goods with your neighbors, design your dream farm, and, my personal favorite, show off your charming little setup to friends. I've got these cows on my farm, and they're living their best life, just thriving in the most adorable way. And here's the best part. Heyday is totally free. I'm always on the lookout for free games that can keep me entertained. And this one definitely hits the spot. If you're interested in joining me on this farming adventure, you can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen. And it gets even better. Heyday is offering a fantastic reward pack worth $15.99, which includes 16 exclusive decorations to personalize your farm. These are some of my personal favorites. A cozy little picnic setup in the corner. These quirky little plants, and some funky balloons. I have to say, the way the chick looks with those little balloons just cracks me up. To claim your reward pack, all you need to do is download the game using the link or QR code. And once you've got it installed, click again or scan to unlock your pack in the game. But hurry! This reward pack is only available until February 15th. So don't miss out on this special offer. Download Heyday for free on both iOS and Android today. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. And don't forget to scan that QR code to get your free pack. Now, back to Ryan Reynolds. He's undeniably facing a wave of negative attention online right now. And it's wild how quickly the internet can turn on someone who was once adored by nearly everyone. For those of you who haven't been following along, Ryan has found himself dragged into the ongoing drama surrounding It Ends With Us. But, to be honest, this whole debacle didn't even start with the rumors about Justin Baldoni or the casting decisions. The film adaptation has been marred with controversy ever since it was announced. Fans were quick to criticize Blake Lively's casting as the lead role of Lily, as many felt she didn't match the image they had in mind for the character. Some speculated that maybe she had something to prove, which drove her to take on this challenging role. But who really knows at this point? Now, Ryan Reynolds has become a focal point of the mess. All because he's married to Blake. It's increasingly clear just how deeply he's become involved in supporting her throughout this project. Of course, if your spouse is expressing discomfort on the set of a major film, it's only natural that you'd want to step in and have their back. However, as more details emerge about what's been happening behind the scenes on this film, fans are beginning to question whether Ryan should have gotten so involved. Whether he overstepped his boundaries, or if there's more going on than meets the eye. The thing about Ryan Reynolds is that, until now, he's always been one of those celebrities who seemed untouchable, someone with that irresistible combination of charm, wit, and self-deprecating humor that made fans believe he was this laid-back, drama-free guy. Even Blake Lively, despite the occasional gossip about her time on Gossip Girl, has had her fair share of moments that caused people to fall in love with her all over again, especially when it came to her extraordinary Met Gala looks that had fans eagerly awaiting her every appearance. But now, with all of this controversy swirling around both of them, the public perception is beginning to shift. The perception of both Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds has taken a significant shift in light of the drama surrounding It Ends With Us. As we already know, things have taken a sharp turn following Justin Baldoni's legal battle involving Blake, Ryan, and their publicist Leslie Sloan. According to Justin's lawsuit, he detailed a tense and heated meeting at Blake and Ryan's home, where Ryan allegedly lashed out at him, accusing him of fat-shaming Blake in an aggressive manner. This incident adds another layer to the turmoil surrounding the movie. Moreover, Justin hinted at the idea that Blake, with the help of both Ryan and Taylor Swift, may have used their influence to try to pressure him into adopting her version of the rooftop scene script. The web of accusations and rumors continues to grow, leaving the public in a whirlwind of speculation, as more and more details come to light. In the midst of all this, an October story resurfaced, revealing that Ryan Reynolds may have attempted to purchase the rights to It Ends With Us from Justin. While this should be taken with a grain of salt, a source reportedly close to the situation told Life and Style that Ryan was more than willing to put his money where his mouth is, aiming to secure the future of Blake's involvement in the film. Allegedly, Ryan was ready to offer millions to buy Justin's stake in the franchise, ensuring Blake could continue playing her role without the need to collaborate with Justin, who she had reportedly clashed with on set. This revelation comes shortly after rumors that tensions between Blake and Justin had escalated during the filming, adding fuel to the fire. Despite the film's commercial success, grossing $335 million at the box office, critics and fans alike have been outspoken in their dissatisfaction. While I can't say for certain whether this report is accurate, I wouldn't be entirely shocked if Ryan did make an effort to make such a deal with Justin. After all, given the emotional and professional rift that has formed between Justin and Blake, there's no way Justin would be willing to work on a sequel with her. At this point, it seems almost absurd to even think about going ahead with the sequel. When the premiere rolled around, Justin was asked about the possibility of a follow-up film, and his response seemed to suggest that Blake might be ready to direct the next installment. Even though many fans would disagree, he mentioned that Blake was more than capable of handling such a responsibility. Meanwhile, Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, who has been supportive of Blake throughout the drama, was also asked about Justin's comments on the matter. She didn't directly say that she'd want Blake to direct, but she did express her confidence that whoever took the reins would do justice to the story. Colleen also acknowledged how difficult it would be to coordinate everyone's schedules for the next movie. If the next movie were to happen, it would most likely focus entirely on Lily and her evolving relationship with Atlas, as the conflict with Justin would make it impossible to feature him in any capacity. Even behind the scenes, the notion of him and Blake working together again, whether or not there was direct interaction, is something fans simply can't fathom. Even if Justin wasn't on set, the fallout from the drama would make the whole production a public relations nightmare. Fans have voiced their opinion loud and clear. They're no longer interested in seeing a second movie at all. Many suggest that the entire project should be scrapped, as the drama has overshadowed everything else. And honestly, who could blame them? If Ryan did manage to secure the rights from Justin, moving forward with the film would likely be a colossal mistake. It might be best for Blake and Ryan to step back, allowing time for the storm to calm before making any decisions about the future of the project. if they do decide to continue. However, it will only bring the whole situation back into the spotlight, prolonging the public scrutiny. For the sake of their peace and privacy, it might be wise for them to leave the movie behind and move forward. But of course, every day brings something new to this ongoing saga. Just over the weekend, Justin released a detailed timeline of events on a website, including screenshots that further elaborate on the situation. And he also filed an amended complaint. I'll go into more detail about that in a separate video. But for now, let's focus on Ryan Reynolds. It's clear that when Blake took over the film, Ryan became heavily involved in the promotional process. According to Justin's timeline, on July 2, 2024, during a Zoom conference with Wayfarer and Sony, it was revealed that Sony had been dealing with extensive revisions to the marketing plan due to Blake's involvement. Ryan's production company, Maximum Effort, was hired to handle the film's promotional content. And this came with a significant price tag, much higher than Sony's initial budget. This was despite Blake's earlier promise that the company would work for free as a favor to the family, which clearly didn't hold up. In fact, it was reported that Sony's involvement in the shoot was limited, as they weren't given direct access to the footage, even though they had already paid for the production. The promotional materials, which featured the cast baking cookies, arranging flowers, and ironing patches on jeans, seemed to completely miss the point of the film and avoided addressing its central themes, including the story of domestic violence. Those involved were reportedly disappointed with the direction the promotional campaign had taken. And the footage itself was criticized for lacking depth and relevance to the film's core message. All of this only added to the mounting tension surrounding the project, further complicating an already delicate situation. As the promotion for It Ends With Us took shape, Ryan Reynolds' production company, Maximum Effort, became heavily involved, and the lines between the cast, their teams, and the marketing efforts began to blur. Ryan's team stepped in with an offer to support the promotional work as much or as little as the film's producers and Sony needed. In a message, someone from Ryan's team reportedly said that Maximum Effort was ready to help, offering the full support of their great group to make up for whatever Sony might not be able to manage. The insinuation was clear. Ryan and his team were fully prepared to take charge, making sure to sift through any ideas they deemed unworthy of the project. "It's me and Ryan, and we're working for free for the family." The message read, an almost mafia-like declaration of loyalty. However, as the situation unfolded, it became clear that Ryan's involvement wasn't just logistical or behind the scenes. His company was entrusted with producing much of the promotional content for the film, which, in the eyes of many fans and critics, led to one of the movie's biggest controversies. The promotional materials, created with heavy input from Maximum Effort, ended up feeling disjointed and removed from the core message of the movie. Focusing on lighthearted, almost whimsical elements like baking cookies and ironing jeans, completely sidestepping the gravity of the film's central themes. This tone-deaf approach to marketing left many disappointed, adding another layer to the already mounting frustration surrounding the project. For fans already on edge about the casting choices and the behind-the-scenes tension, learning that Ryan Reynolds was so involved in shaping the promotional campaign only served to fuel their discontent. But the drama doesn't end there. Recent reports have also suggested that Taylor Swift, who has long been close friends with Blake Lively, might not be thrilled about being dragged into this unfolding mess. While it's difficult to say how much of this is true, especially considering the close-knit bond between Taylor and Blake, the Daily Mail reported that Taylor is distancing herself from Blake after feeling manipulated and used as an intimidation tactic in the middle of a lawsuit she never wanted to be involved in. Taylor's name was brought into Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, specifically when he described the awkward and tense meeting at Blake and Ryan's home about the rewriting of the rooftop scene. During that meeting, Justin claims that, just as Blake was pushing for her version of the script, Taylor Swift showed up at their home, where both she and Ryan lavished praise on Blake's revisions. Justin, feeling the pressure of the situation, interpreted these actions as a subtle yet forceful attempt to sway him into agreeing to Blake's changes. In his lawsuit, Justin detailed how the version of the rooftop scene that Blake sent to him was drastically different from the original draft. And while he expressed some reluctance over the changes, he diplomatically acknowledged Blake's passion for the scene. But Blake, stung by Justin's less than enthusiastic response, remained silent for several days. When she finally replied, she made it clear that she felt slighted, feeling that both she and her mega-celebrity friend deserved more credit for their contributions. The mega-celebrity she was referring to was none other than Taylor Swift, who, according to Justin, had entered the room during the meeting and began praising Blake's version of the script. This moment, according to Justin, made it clear that Blake and Taylor were in lockstep, and it was hard to ignore the unspoken message that Justin needed to go along with their vision. Afterward, Justin texted Blake, complimenting her on her work but making it clear that it was his own perspective on the scene, not Ryan and Taylor's influence, that shaped his feelings. Blake responded with a playful reference to Game of Thrones, drawing a parallel between herself and the character of Khaleesi, someone with dragons, who, for better or worse, uses them to protect those she cares about. She assured Justin that these dragons would protect him, too. But the Daily Mail has since reported that Taylor, after hearing about Blake's rather grandiose metaphor, was thoroughly unimpressed. The description, which seemed to paint Taylor's support of Blake as more of a strategic move than a genuine gesture of friendship, was apparently the final straw for the singer. While Taylor had never planned on being involved in this controversy, she reportedly felt used and manipulated, and as a result, she is stepping back from her friendship with Blake, not wanting to get any more entangled in the drama than she already has been. According to an insider who spoke to the Daily Mail, Taylor's decision to distance herself from Blake is not an easy one, as she has always been supportive of her friend. However, the ongoing situation has left Taylor feeling uncomfortable and reluctant to remain a part of the narrative that Blake has created. At this point, it's clear that the repercussions of this drama are far-reaching, and for Taylor, the best course of action seems to be to take a step back and let the storm pass. This situation, which began with a film adaptation of a beloved book, has now become a tangled web of accusations, hurt feelings, and shifting alliances, leaving everyone involved scrambling to navigate the fallout. Taylor Swift, through no fault of her own, finds herself tangled in a situation she never intended to be a part of. Her involvement in this drama is entirely accidental. She simply went over to visit her close friends, Blake and Ryan, with the understanding that the meeting would be brief and that she wouldn't be thrust into the spotlight. Yet, here she is, unwittingly becoming a key figure in a public narrative that has spiraled far beyond her control. One source shared that Taylor has chosen to gracefully distance herself from the entire affair. Aware of the delicate nature of her public image, she is acutely conscious of how she is perceived, and the last thing she wants is to be dragged into something as messy and complicated as this. However, there is a possibility that she might take action soon to quell the swirling rumors about her involvement. With the Super Bowl just around the corner, and her rumored attendance on the horizon, this could be her opportunity to set the record straight. The Chiefs are playing, and of course, Taylor is dating Travis Kelce, which has already set the stage for a lot of public attention. Last year, Blake Lively accompanied Taylor to the Super Bowl, and the event ended up being a major moment for all involved. It wasn't just Taylor who was under the spotlight, her friends, including Blake, received a wave of positive press as well. The focus on Taylor's reactions during the game made it an unforgettable experience for everyone in her circle. It seems plausible that Blake, looking to rebuild her image after the recent firestorm, might attend the game again this year, hoping for a fresh round of favorable press. The Sun recently reported that Blake is indeed planning to be at the Super Bowl, once again joining Taylor in what promises to be an emotionally charged evening. Alongside them, a star-studded group including Ice Spice, Sabrina Carpenter, Selena Gomez, and Benny Blanco will likely be by her side. It's a chance for Blake to reclaim a bit of normalcy and press attention amidst all the chaos. Though it remains to be seen how the public will react. The weight of this ongoing drama may hang over the event. But it's also an opportunity for Blake to shift the narrative, if only for a moment. As for the drama surrounding Ryan Reynolds, from his alleged attempts to buy the rights to It Ends With Us to his increasingly public involvement in the promotional campaign, it seems like every new development adds another layer to the already complicated story. People are still digesting the reports about his deep ties to the film's marketing decisions and how his company, Maximum Effort, played a significant role in shaping the movie's public image. The questions surrounding his actions have only intensified, leading many to wonder whether he was trying to smooth things over or if his involvement in the promotional push was part of a larger strategy to control the narrative around Blake's role. And then there's the constant media attention surrounding Taylor and Blake, both of whom seem caught in a never-ending cycle of rumors and public scrutiny. It's a lot for anyone to bear, especially when you consider the personal stakes involved. So, what do you think? Do you believe that Blake might use the Super Bowl as a way to regain some of the positive press she's lost amidst the legal battles and headlines? Do you think Ryan's attempts to buy out Justin's stake in the film is a strategic move to protect Blake and her future in the franchise? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this unfolding drama. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And before I wrap things up, I just want to thank Heyday once again for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking to unwind and have a bit of fun, don't forget to check out the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to get started with the game. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, everyone.